Hi, it's the Moorlander with more content from IWA 2023, and I had to stop along at the Benchmade booth because I had to admit to these guys I've never made any Benchmade content. So here today with Alex from Benchmade, and we're going to have a look at some new knives, some existing knives, just with some slight variants for 2023. So the first knife that we've got, so this is the Weekender?
Yeah, the 317 BK Weekender. It is a kind of a variation of the Weekender family that we've had out for the past year or two. But with this model, we actually put in S90V blades with the cool stonewash finish on there, and then you have a burgundy micarta handle. On these guys, you have the two different blade sizes, right? Your more utility and then your everyday carry side. And then you also have a fold-out bottle opener, church key, if you will.
You need to get a bottle opener on there somewhere, really, don't you?
Why not, right?
Yeah,
it wouldn't be a weekend without some beers involved.
See, I use the term barbecue knife, because there's so many knives that have just those extra little features that you go to a barbecue, one of them you're opening your steaks, you're opening your burgers and sausages, and then you've just got something to open the beers for your buddies as well. And
yeah, you use the smaller blade for the top of your wine bottles.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. So. Keeps everybody happy.
Yeah.
So the next ones then, so these were a kind of a product that came out of COVID and the research that you're doing at the time.
Yeah, there was a need out there for a smaller, more hard use, kind of utility style blade knife that didn't take up a lot of space in the pocket, but also covered a number of areas that we were lacking in. So one was, and we don't have the other variants out here, but one was we haven't had any autos that were legal in California for a number of years, so we have actually shorter sub 2-inch blade versions of this family. This is the Immunity family. Okay. And then we have the full length blade is I think 2.5 inches or so. Excuse me, and that is legal in most places in the U.S. auto version. And then we have here in the hands is the 290 version, which is just a manual axis lock knife. So with these guys, you've got the one in his hands is the woodland green version, and then we also have crater blue and a flat dark earth burnt bronze version as well. The idea behind these is it's a small kind of 3-finger knife, so you can see the milled 3-finger spots, landing zones on the knife itself, and then we have lanyards that come with each with the colored beads, and that is kind of where your 4th finger is intended to rest. Obviously it's lanyard, it's removable if you're not a lanyard guy. Some people prefer it, helps you get in and out of the pocket, gives you a little more purchase with the knife in general when you're holding it. But yeah, it's kind of our way of, I don't know that we've ever launched a knife that in the black class family, what we consider our black class family, that is, we don't even have a black version of it. It's just these 3 cool colors right out the gate. So yeah,
I just got the Immunity name as well. Yeah, I guess that's a nod back to the old COVID days as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we got to call that out. So as you called out, it was totally designed, conceptualized, prototyped, and proved out manufacturing during the peak of COVID, and so as a sort of nod to those days, our designers threw a little Easter egg in there. The pivot nut is actually a COVID molecule, or I think I'm using that term right, but so the symbol for COVID. So you'll see that in the pivot nut.
The devil is in the detail. I think that's a great detail. So next up we have the, what's this one? Sorry, this is the
945-2 Mini Osborne.
Okay.
So a lot of you may be familiar with the Osborne family. It's actually Warren Osborne is the designer of the knife. The original series was the 940 series. 2-3 years ago, we came out with the mini versions, the 945 family. And as with many of our most popular knives, we started offering a carbon fiber and S90V variation. So now we've launched that in the 945 here. Okay. So the 940 has been a top 10 seller, well-known EDC carry knife of the Benchmade world for over 20 years. Yeah. The mini versions took off when we launched the 945 BK-1 in 2021 there. And so this guy is just an expansion of that 945 mini Osborne line, but with premium materials, right?
Yeah.
S90V is awesome stuff, incredible edge retention. Everyone knows and recognizes, the benefits of carbon fiber. It's light, it's cool looking. So this is just a good little addition to that Osborne family.
And you can, I suppose you can totally see why, especially when you're upgrading the materials on there. But for a nice light EDC pocketable knife, it just melts into the hand. It's it's a great knife. So then next up, and this is thin. That is a slim knife. So this is the
748 Narrows, and as you said, it is very thin. It's actually, I believe, 0.28 inches, so around a quarter inch thin. It's the thinnest axis lock knife that we've ever done. We actually had to almost completely redesign the axis lock. The same form function is still there, but we designed these smaller micro omega springs, if you will, type thing. And the whole idea was to go thin and light. You've got kind of this exoskeleton milling into the titanium handles there, and then an M390 blade, bowler steel blade on there. And then we've got the cool crater blue, hardware accents with
the nice detail.
The pivot point, the pivot nut and screw, and thumb stud, even the pocket clip we did, in the cool crater blue.
I do like this one.
Yeah, it's very quick, very smooth. It's sitting on ball bearing thrust washers there on the pivot, so I mean you can have it open and just pull the axis bar and it's going to fall shut. That was actually the most cuts we had at SHOT Show were from this knife, just from the knife blade falling closed because it's so smooth.
The internet will now name this the knife that bites.
Yeah, that's a very good one. I like that.
And then last but not least, we have...
This is the TAGGEDOUT. So the TAGGEDOUT we launched at the end of last year as a lightweight kind of bug out version for the hunting community. This year we launched 2 new variations. This has kind of been the most popular variation with a couple things are different. We did a new blade steel, so S45VN blade steel on this one. And then we added thumb studs instead of the thumb hole on the original 15535 bug out. This is the 15536, is the specific SKU. And then we did the OD G10 handles with the orange color pop on the backspacer and the thumb studs. So mini deep carry clip. I'm a fan of thumb studs. I'm not a thumb hole or nail nick type guy. Especially with the axis lock, it's so quick to open and close with the thumb studs. There's arguments that can be made about the thumb studs snagging in pockets, or especially in the hunting world. If you're gunning an animal or processing game, it'll get collect debris or flesh. But I don't perceive the problem with that. I hunt, and this isn't something that would be sticking up into a body cavity type thing. This is more of your around camp, hiking through the woods on their hunts type everyday carry.
So that's what I was thinking. So was this designed in a way specifically so that it would be easier to take down should you want to clean inside? Yeah,
if you notice, the backspacer does not go all the way to the top, so you can use an air hose, blow it out, wash it out. I like to, if I get my knives after hunting all bloody and gummy or whatever, I will just put them in a little bath of soapy water overnight even, or for a few hours, and then just rinse it out with fresh water. Try to blow all as much water as you can out, shake it out, that sort of thing. But yeah, to your point, it is not an encased or enclosed, handle, if you will. It is through and through, so you can wash, blow debris out.
No, that's great. I like the orange hint on there as well, mainly because it's a lot easier to see when you drop it in the leaves.
Exactly, right?
It's awesome. Brilliant. So I'd like to thank Alex for your hospitality whilst it was here today. There will be more from Benchmade. I'll make sure I have a look around some of the other knives. But for now, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC.